Tingyun is one of the best support characters in Honkai Star Rail, so today I'm gonna show my Tingyun build to show you all, what I've been running and how you can bring your DPSs to the next level by running Tingyun. So, going over the build here, I definitely do think it is not too bad to build Tingyun. I do think in terms of resources, it's not that awful. And I'll explain that as I go through with some of the different resources you would need for her. So starting out, firstly, we're gonna talk about her light cone. So I've been running Dance 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 to advance allies' actions forward and just get more out of the entire team. If you don't want to run this light cone or you don't have it, there are some other good options for the Harmony light cones, such as the Meshing Cogs 3-star light cone, as well as Memories of the Past. And also, if you have Bronya's signature light cone, you don't have a Bronya, Tingyun could also be a very solid character to put that on as well for the extra energy regen. Because Tingyun's main thing is going to be using her energy as much as possible to, getting as much energy as possible to get her ultimate back. And that's just going to be really helpful as we get into more of her build. So she can, provide a lot more boost for the team, especially, the main DPS. So moving on into her traces now, you really want to focus on her skill and ultimate because that's where you're really going to get the most benefit from her boosts. So for her skill, she does increase the attack of a single ally for 3 of their actions, up to a percentage of Tingyun's current attack, and that'll scale with the talent, which is very cool. And then also for her ultimate, she'll regenerate 50 energy for a single ally and increase the amount of damage they do for 2 turns, which is very huge because you're going to be able to just make your main DPS go crazy. Because, a lot of ultimates in this game, especially for like DPS characters, they're either like 120, 130, and some are 140 for energy. So you are regenerating a bit less than half of the energy, but that still is a pretty big amount compared to just like normally trying to get your ultimate with them. So having that plus also the extra damage is going to be really strong. And also with the way her skill works as well, you only have to use it once every 3 times that the main DPS is going. So that by itself makes her pretty good SP wise. She's relatively efficient in that. So you're not going to be using too many skill points with her over time, because as long as you have your skill up, you have no reason to use it again, because the skill only works on one ally at a time, and you're going to want that to be on your main DPS throughout. Then now moving on to her relics, I do think the best set to run on her is the Messenger Traversing Hackerspace set, because it's going to give a speed increase of 6% with the 2-piece bonus, and then with the 4-piece bonus, it's going to increase the speed for the entire team for 1 turn whenever Tingyun uses her ultimate, so just being able to get more out of the entire team as well. Whether it's, your main DPS going a bit faster, or if you have another like support or a debuffer on the team, or your sustain characters to be able to heal, or provide their shields, whichever sustain characters you're using. That ends up being very helpful. And then for the planar ornaments, we are running the 2-piece Sprightly Von Whack, hopefully I pronounced that right, which is going to increase her energy regen rate. And when her speed is 120 or higher, which with the speed set here is actually pretty easy to hit, her action will be advanced by 40% immediately upon entering battle. So she'll pretty much always go first with this build, which is really nice. Then just going to my individual pieces here, we have for the helmet piece, we do have some attack. It rolled mostly into speed, which was, a little interesting. If it rolled a bit more into attack, that would have been solid. But I am around the, range you want to target for. I think it's around, 2600 attack you want to target for Tingyun. Then for the hands piece, like I said, we have more attack. And then for substats, you also do want to have, HP percent and defense percent substats here and there, just so Tingyun doesn't, take a lot of damage and die pretty easily, to be able to give her a little bit more tankiness. So this 14% defense here is actually pretty good. Plus also some extra speed and effect res is also pretty cool. Then for this, I want attack percent here. You could, depending on how much attack you have from substats and whatnot, you could probably opt to make this a more defensive piece. But since I didn't have enough attack for my substats, I opted for it here. Also did get a little bit of speed here as well, and effect res. Then for the boots, you gotta go speed, making sure that Tingyun is going to be able to reach that 120 speed mark. My Tingyun is way above that. She's at like 150 something. But this is definitely very strong, as well as, you know, having an attack subset there as well. Then for the planar ornaments, the planar sphere, I have that as an attack percent. Once again, similar to the body, if you have enough attack from like substats and stuff like that to be around like 2500, 2600 attack or so, if you have that without having a main stat, you could definitely run a more defensive piece so that your Tingyun doesn't basically get one-shot by some of the harder content, because sometimes that can happen to her, and we all know how Tingyun always gets targeted in combat way more than everyone else does. So we're just gonna, yeah, we definitely keep that in mind when you're building your Tingyun out as well. And then for the Link Rope, which I think is the most important relic, even more important probably than the speed boots. Well, I mean, it could be, you know, if you ran energy regen rate rope, but I do actually have an attack rope on her for right now. I haven't actually tested the energy regen rope, but I do think that her energy regen rate is actually like pretty fine, especially with the two-piece set here. I am interested to try an energy regen rope on her just to see how much that could benefit her for getting her ultimate back, because that should make her ultimate come back even faster. And, you know, even judging by, you know, comparing the speed I have with just an attack rope, I think that ult is actually going to come back really fast if you were to run energy regen rope. I'm not sure if that's going to be, you know, better than attack percent, just based on what I have right now, since I haven't farmed this set out too much. This is the best piece I have for this planar set. So yeah, ultimately, Tingyun is going to be very strong, you know, especially having her built with enough speed, with enough attack. Yeah, like I'm right below 2600 attack, which is very solid. She does have 105% energy regen rate. Yeah, she does take 130, which is definitely like a lot, but because she's fast, she's going to be able to do more actions than your other characters, so that's going to help her build up her energy gauge a lot faster, because she'll be able to, you know, get more energy that way since she is having more turns. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you all thought of this Tingyun build, and, you know, if you have a different Tingyun build, you can let me know in the comments down below as well. It's always interesting to see different kinds of builds from players. But with that, everyone, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed and you haven't already, definitely be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. But with that, I will see you all next time.